Good morning. Happy Sunday, Divas. My name is Andrea Toms, and I am CEO of StylesByMarieAndre. And welcome to first of many of Talk Diva to Me, which is going to be our live podcast that we're going to be hosting every Sunday at 11 a.m. I'm so excited to welcome our first guest, Everyday Diva, Clara Fleming. You may know her as AKA Mama Heal the Hood, right? She's one of the most dynamic women that we have here in the Milwaukee area. So, of course, right, with this big launch of the podcast, had to have my first guest be someone who's awesome and dynamic.
My pleasure.
So, with that being said, why don't you kick us off and let us know what you are wearing today?
I am wearing the Melissa tee. And let me just tell you, wait, can I just stand up? Pockets, y'all. It has pockets. Okay, it has pockets enough to show a little bit of leg. It's got the little ruffle around the collar, around the sleeves. It's airy, it's cool, and it hits all the right spots. Perfect for this time of year. So y'all need to get this.
So, if you are new to learning about Styles by Marie Andre, just a little background information on how the boutique came to be. So, SBMA launched in 2020 of April, right at the kickoff for the height of COVID-19. And so, at that point, I had recently lost my job and I had been receiving unemployment benefits. And so, I decided that, hey, you know what? I've always wanted to own a boutique. I've always been passionate about fashion. What better opportunity than now to do so. So 3 years later, here we are. The business is growing well thanks to you amazing dynamic divas who have supported me along the way. And now wanting to branch out to reach out to other divas because we are not only just a boutique and a styling service, we are a movement, we are a sisterhood wanting to encourage more women to be their authentic selves through their fashion. So with that being said, Clara, why don't you let our audience know who you are and what you're about?
Oh my goodness, that will take more than this one episode. I will tell you that I am a mom, I'm a grandmother. I recently made 60 years old, and the older I've gotten, the more important it is to me to develop what I think is my own style and what I am comfortable with. I think society places too much pressure on women to fit into a box. And I want to create my own space to fit into. I don't want to be in the box. I'm a local author. I am. I work in domestic violence intervention work. I do a lot of volunteer work with organizations like Team Teal and Heal the Hood. I am multifaceted, as most women are.
Yes,
That's
yes,
a nutshell.
love it. I'm so glad that you touched on the idea of right that you're multi-layered, you're multifaceted. Because that's exactly what it means, you know, to be an everyday diva. It was so important for me to showcase, right, that we as women, right, we don't have to follow local trends. We're trendsetters. Like, why are we relying on right, these quote unquote fashion experts or gurus to tell us about our authentic selves, to tell us what we want to wear. And many of the pieces that you see featured in Styles by Marie Andre are named after everyday women. So Clara has a piece, I have a piece, even the piece that she has on today, right, is from another everyday diva, right, who has been willing and able to share her story with us and what makes her authentically a diva. And so you all keep hearing this repetition of diva and everyday diva. And it's something we really try to embody here at Styles by Marie Andre because we as women, even though we might all collectively love fashion, right, the fashion does not make us, we make that fashion.
Absolutely.
And so one of the reasons why I wanted you as my first guest because we had this amazing conversation a few weeks ago about what it means to be an everyday diva and defining that everyday divahood and how with all the women that we meet and we work with, right, that definition is different for everybody. So why don't you tell our audience, for you specifically, what is your definition of everyday diva?
My definition of being a diva is being authentic, being comfortable in my authenticity, not caring what anyone else thinks about my authenticity or anything else that I bring to the table. And I'm a diva because I say I am. And I think for women, we're so into believing what other people say, feeling that we should wear a certain thing, we shouldn't wear a certain thing, we're too old, we're too young. I say do what you want to do. And that confidence is what makes you a diva. You don't get that title from someone else. You give that title to yourself.
I love it. Like I said, we're all so different in what we want to do and
Mm-hmm.
what we achieve and who we are and our belief system. So
Mm-hmm.
it's so important. Like I said, we really embody that. Like I said, we're not just selling clothes, like we're selling a movement and we're selling a
Yeah.
sisterhood that
And
embodies our
confidence. You're
sisters.
selling confidence. You're
Absolutely.
buying confidence. You get up in the morning, you put your makeup on, or you don't. That's your choice. You put on what you want to put on. That's your choice. And you don't take, but you give. You're not taking from society, you're giving to society. You're adding another level of divaness.
Oh, yeah. And so, can you tell us, since you got to know SBMA, since you've been wearing a lot of our clothes, uh, what has being an everyday diva, what has being a part of this sisterhood or this movement done for you?
Oh, it confirms for me that I don't have to fit into a box. It confirms for me that if I want to wear plaid and polka dots, I can find a way to make that work. It confirms for me that everybody is not a size two and that you can still look good. You don't have to shop in the section that makes everything look like a box that you put on, because clearly I don't look like a box.
Yeah, I love that you said that because even like when I used to work retail, I had come
Mm-hmm.
like so many women would come in and say like, "Well, I can't do those colors, I can't do those
Mm-hmm. That
patterns."
pattern.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, why? Again, because some anonymous
Mm-hmm.
fashion source told
Some
you not
magazine
to,
said that.
right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, don't worry about what's in season or like what
Mm-hmm.
is supposed to be current, right? Where would you want to wear? What
Mm-hmm.
makes you authentic? Where what makes you comfortable? What makes you
Mm-hmm.
feel beautiful on the inside?
Absolutely.
So why do you think, right, so many women are nervous or hesitant to embrace their inner diva or to break down or challenge those social
I
barriers?
think it's because we want to be accepted. I think we want to fit in. I think that we don't want to be judged. I think that we want to fit into a mold that someone says a 60-year-old grandmother should fit into. Who gets to define that? Right? That should be my decision. That's my right. And it should be what I'm comfortable with. And I think too often we give a damn about what other people think. And we shouldn't. We shouldn't.
We
We should go
absolutely
by what
shouldn't.
we think.
Yes, life is way too short, like
Too
you
short.
said, to
Yes, way
fit in
too short.
somebody else's box.
Yep.
And I think, like, especially like we tell our friends, we tell our sisters, tell our family, we tell our children, right, to embrace their independence. And I think
Yep.
sometimes as adults, especially with women, because there's so much pressure on us to be a certain size, to look a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
right, to eat a certain way, that
Yep.
it's so easy at times often to give in and conform. But
Absolutely.
right, you have to recognize that you don't have to do that as a woman and to be your
No,
authentic
you
and true
don't.
self.
You don't. You can decide what kind of woman you want to be, and you can decide if you want to wear jeans and t-shirts and flip-flops one day, or you can decide if you want to wear dresses or sweats. The clothes don't make you, you make the clothes, right?
Absolutely.
You make the
Absolutely.
outfit.
Well, again, thank you so much for kicking off this
Absolutely.
first podcast with us. For everyone who is watching, please make sure that you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. All of this information is provided in the comment section for you. Keep in mind that next week, Sunday, we're kicking off another segment of Talk Diva to Me. And stay tuned and follow us, like I said, on our social media platforms so you can stay informed on who our next special Everyday Diva guest will be. So, Clara, thank you again.
Thank you.
Yes, and have an awesome day, Divas. Talk to you soon.
And shop the site, define your style, and find your diva.